I started writing songs when I was 15, and I'm 73 and I'm still writing songs. And the songs I write are especially for people to sing along with. My songs are very much in the chorus, verse, and ballads structure. I love writing songs. I love words. As a matter of fact, I was a French literature and philosophy major, and I'm eternally grateful that my songs seem to have a life of their own and touch people's hearts and spur people, hopefully, to action for the greater good.
Definitely. And so when people talk about Ruth Pelham, they also talk about Pete Seeger and how he was a pollinator spreading his seeds of love and joy and hope. How would you say that you might carry on in that light in the role as a pollinator?
Let me grab something. Can you see that?
Yes.
That- That's a picture of Pete and me.
Nice.
there's there's a bunch of them that I have. A pollinator. I think of a pollinator as a person who is part of a process that goes on and on and on. I've been pollinated, I pollinate, and whatever I pollinate something else, and it spreads
Yeah,
the goodwill, and it continues it and grows it so it becomes solid. And in terms of pollinating peace and compassion and justice, I am delighted to be a pollinator like Pete, Malvina Reynolds, Woody Guthrie, Paul Robeson, and those elders whose songs I was brought up on.
definitely. And so you have the Music Mobile here in the city of Albany. What were some defining moments in your life that led you to bring peace and harmony to our communities through the Music Mobile?
The defining moments in my life
Yeah, that made you
were,
say, hey, this is something I want to do.
well, I always wanted to be a folk singer. And to me, being a folk singer was to be a combination of a peacemaker and a troublemaker in the very best sense of the word, as John Lewis calls make good trouble.
Yeah,
Generations back, it seems to be the territory of being human, that there's hard times, there's better times, and I'm inspired to write songs to give a hand to help us through those times. Give a
absolutely.
hand and a loving heart.
And we're glad to have that and hear that very
Thank
much.
you, Ian.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm going to go right back. Pete Seeger here said, we are links in an old chain. May there be many links to come. What are some links or connections that you have made, and what are you looking forward for them to come?
You had earlier asked me about Music Mobile and what were some of the moments in my life that led me
Uh-huh.
to creating what was to be a 6-week summer program in the city of Albany, but in fact turns out to be now starting 45 years since I began Music Mobile and have been,
Wow.
around this
Amazing.
country and to many, countries around the world. I began Music Mobile as a way of bringing together people in neighborhoods, a lot for kids who really didn't have much to do. They couldn't afford to take a bus to programs that might have existed around town. And to me, it was a no brainer. Go to where the people are. And to go there, you need a vehicle. And for people to know that something's going to happen, you need to have it known that you're there. And thus came the Music Mobile van and the Music Mobile jingle that plays and echoes all through the streets, and you cannot miss the sound and sight of the Music Mobile.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did people mistake you for the ice cream truck?
There were times when I'd be coming up the street in the music mobile and the ice cream truck would be coming down the street. And oftentimes people would wind up at the music mobile.
Nice. And it probably had a more distinctive sound to it, I would imagine, too.
I have to say, I do love the sound of ice cream trucks.
Yeah.
I
That's
grew up on
good.
Good Humor ice cream in Brooklyn, and it was always a delight. Music Mobile has never ever given out food at
Mm.
any of our programs other than
Art.
fundraising events. And I suppose if you wanted to say, well, what's the nourishment? It's love, it's recognition that people are welcome to come and be part of the circle.
I did see that you're a part of a movement called Age My Way. What are some manners by which you are choosing to age your way?
So Age My Way is the name of a program that I'm going to be presenting through the NORC next week. I believe it's on Wednesday at 1 o'clock in Albany. And that program will consist of songs that we'll all sing together,
Mhm.
including a song I've written called Age My Way, which really the my is the collective my. And the intent of it is that elder people are alive, well, full of zest, and that ageism has no place. I'm 73 and I feel terrific.
You look
I
it
have
too.
tons of energy. Thank you. I have tons of energy. And my father lived to be a month short of 99.
Nice. Wow. So you said it's through Nork?
NORC is neighborhoods naturally reoccurring. It would be good to look it up. It's through the
Definitely.
Jewish
Yeah, I
Family
for sure
Services,
will.
and they present a number of programs that help older people to stay in their homes, to remain independent,
Okay.
to develop communities that are self-sustaining and supportive of the people who are part of those communities. So
Awesome.
I've done an annual program with Jewish Family Services and the NORC for probably 7 years, and each year there is a different theme. And
Nice.
each year I write a song to go with the theme, and we all sing along. It's a delight. People sing along, whether they're young kids or older people, and everybody in the middle.
That's
And
really
that
cool.
that is part of Pete Seeger's pollinating.
Yeah, nice.
Like
Nice.
you don't, I yes, I'm a quote unquote performer, but I mostly think of myself as a song leader.
Definitely. Yeah, and you got the performance coming up at the Tulip Fest this weekend. Can we expect to hear any zipper songs or any
How do
echo
you know all this? How
or
do you know all this?
research or any echo songs maybe?
Absolutely. I will be singing zipper songs and echo songs and fill in the blank songs. The
Aw-
reason for those kinds of songs is that it invites people in to be part of the songwriting process.
mhm.
So it doesn't put me, I don't want to be on a pedestal. I want to be part of the group. So writing songs that invite people to not only sing along, but to write along is a treasure to me. I've done that my whole life. No, you never know what people are going to come up with.
Right. And
And the surprise of it is the delight of it. It's the spontaneity. It's the challenge of going along and somehow making what people say work, whether it actually quite makes sense or maybe needs to be put into some context that somehow the sense is made. You know what I mean?
yeah, so maybe a little freestyling or a little bit of just off the top of the head, making things piece together. That's cool. I think that's
I
really
am always writing songs off the top of my head. There have been so many times at
nice.
music mobile programs where something will come up and a song needs to happen.
Yeah, that's funny.
Whatever is necessary, it pops out of my mouth and people sing along.
That's awesome. And I mean, it's really honorable this what you're doing. It's just great to see and to be a part of um conversations with people that, like you said, are change makers like yourself. So um I really hope that everybody goes and checks out Ruth Pelham at Tulip Fest. You will also see Parquet Courts there and a lot of other great performers. So hopefully see you there. And thank you, Ruth, for taking time out to chat with us today.
Just to let you know that the Tulip Festival, I'll be at the Tulip Festival performing at the kids stage, the kids zone at
Okay.
3:30 and 5:30 each day, Saturday and Sunday. And people of all ages are absolutely welcome to come. Bring your voices, bring your hand claps, your toe taps, and hugs.
Certainly. Well, thank you so much, Ruth. Here.
Thank you, Ian. You did a really good research.